So hi guys. Hopefully my audio is picking up all right. I've been having issues with it recently, trying to figure out with the echo and issues, and it's also traffic time again. Seems like I can never escape the traffic, but so yeah. Sorry in advance. There's literally nothing I can do about it right now. Hopefully I can invest in some sound buffers, but I know some people can be really picky about audio and videos, especially since a lot of people openly admit that they like listening to me with my videos and stuff in the background. Also, sorry if my voice sounds a little raspy. It's still really early in the morning for me. But anyway, let's get on to why this year sucked and why it sucked hardcore. And I don't think there's any saving it. That's not to be a negative person. That is saying that even if the rest of this year is amazing and wonderful, it's not going to make up for the little paper ASMR of all the shitty things that have happened this year. There's been a lot of stuff I have not talked about. There's been a lot of stuff that I haven't gotten into great detail about, and I'm not going to go into great detail here because we'll be here for a million years, but just want to explain why this year sucks and I'm ending it early. Oh, Michie, the hell does that mean? Blah, blah, blah. For me, it means that I'm cutting off the year here. I know it sounds weird, but for me personally, I'm just like, you know what, screw it. December is gonna already be 2019 for me because I'm just done. I'm emotionally, physically, and spiritually drained. So let's just get into it. So at the very beginning of the year, I was recovering from a car crash that I was in late December with Aerofx Dracona, and so that really sucked. On top of the car crash, I was also Cody and myself were also threatened on being homeless. So that was a wonderful thing to start off your year with. Is pain, anxiety issues from a car crash, and then being told that you might be homeless if you can't, you know, as other people have said, get your shit together. So that's an enjoyable thing. And then right after that, both of us were put on a forced vacation with Cody's old work because Cody's old work miraculously forgot, even though he kept, bringing it up, that last year they didn't give him a vacation and they needed to, by law, give him a vacation. It's in his contract. And they just forgot. So instead of that, they were like, "Oh, here's your 2 week notice. You have to go on vacation within 2 weeks." And within that forced vacation, what that means is because of the living situation we were in, we really could not enjoy a staycation like we did for our honeymoon. And so, because of that, we have to leave the state, or else we are financially drained from the people we were living with, because that has happened before, as well as being physically drained. So it's one of those like, okay, great, I have 2 weeks to try to plan a vacation where we have to leave the state and we don't have any money because they've given me literally 2 weeks notice. And so that was also the worst vacation either of us have ever had. Just because we weren't mentally, financially, or emotionally prepared for it. If I was with probably anybody else in the same situations, I probably would have ended a friendship. But because I was with my husband, and we know how to like kind of try to make the best out of a shitty situation. Instead of looking at it in a sour note, like I know I'm doing here, we learned from it, which is why we were like, you know what, if this ever, ever happens again, we're just not gonna go on a vacation. It's not worth it. Why is my throat so? Blah. Sorry, I'm also not cutting stuff out of this audio right now. I probably should, but I'm just it's already gonna be a longie, and I'm just done. I'll cut it out of something like like get a phone call or something. But I'm already rambling. Look at that. So anyway, that happened, and then right after the forced vacation, which was in February. So keep in mind, the car crash, threat of being homeless, and finding out about the forced vacation all happened within the same month of January, and the vacation happened in February. So, on top of that, in February, I had to cut out a lot of older friends I had that I wasn't really keeping in a lot of contact with anyway. We just were drifting apart, and then they showed their true colors, and I got to see the really tragic, evil side to some people that I trusted with some of the deepest, darkest points of my life in the past. And so that was really hard, especially when I found out from other friends that they openly enjoyed belittling me in front of other people when I wasn't there. So that was fun. And then after that, I got terribly sick. Cody and I actually both got walking pneumonia. We got from the people we were living with because they didn't take care of themselves and they didn't care. So, yeah, we both got walking pneumonia that neither of us could afford to take care of. So that sucked, and that kind of killed most of February and March for that. Then after that, shortly after that, I believe, at least on my little card, that's when I had the GoFundMe set up because our wedding was, this year, and we were at a standstill. Our families, very few members of my family were actually willing to help. Almost no one on Cody's side of the family was willing to help. We were openly belittled. We were openly made fun of for wanting even a basic wedding because we had been together so long that a lot of people didn't see the point of us wanting a wedding. To the point where there were openly, and I'm saying it a lot, but it made me really upset, where a lot of people were trying to convince Cody and myself, what's the point? You're already married. Why do you want to have a wedding? Because you've been together so long. It's not like you need justification or anything. When that wasn't why we wanted to get married. We wanted to celebrate our love, and we wanted to celebrate it with our friends and family, and also have a spiritual bonding connection because of, my beliefs and his beliefs and shit. And thank you, Traffic, for ruining my rant video. But yeah, that happened. So the GoFundMe happened, and that is one of the few highlights of this year. Is because of you guys and because of everyone who donated. I can't begin to thank you all. Because of you, a lot of these shitty people I'm talking about were exact words told to me, to my face, were, wow, random people on the internet are willing to give you money. Maybe I should pitch in a little bit because we're family. Yeah, that Cody and I were told that to our faces by family, so that was great. But yeah, because of you guys, if you didn't happen, even though we didn't reach our goal, we were able to reach our goal because family members who've known us for over 10 years that we've been together finally got their shit together. So there's that. Then there was the countless police involvements and crimes committed in the house we were living in during this year. I literally put countless here because I can't even remember when it started. But yeah, that happened. Then my car broke down. And then we had a I believe the bathroom thing was last year. No, the bathroom thing was last year. My bad. Sorry, I put that in there. But yeah, my car broke down. So on top of being in the middle of bumfuck nowhere with everything else going on and money issues, I now no longer had a car. So I was trapped in bumfuck nowhere. So that didn't help my mental state at all. So then, let's see. On top of that, I had to constantly stop what I was doing, stop client work, stop deadline work to take people to the hospital, to also go to hospitals, to do a lot of stuff that grown people should be able to do on their own, but because of where we were living, we were openly given no choice, because whenever we would try to say, like, oh, well, can I do this tomorrow? Oh, I wish you gave me more warning, or, oh, can I do this a little later, or does it have to be right now? Not to be rude, but I'm in the middle of work. I would be told, again, verbatim were quotes such as, well, you live in my house, or I'm not allowed to be on your time. You live in my house, so you need to be on my time. And other stuff such as, well, Cody's the only one who really works here, so you can do this. And, just a lot of other belittling, degrading shit. Let's see, what else do I have on here? Oh, a lot of my friends, this is kind of jumping around the timeline a little bit, but this happened twice. A lot of my friends that I was really close to, a couple of my very few close friends that I consider family, had to, at different times of the year, because they were two different people, had to move out of the state because they could no longer afford to live here because this state is fucking toxic. And unless you make a lot of money, because the middle class is vanishing, you're either never going to move out or you're going to move in with probably 10 to 15 people, which, by the way, I have family members who do that. And there's nothing wrong with that if you're okay with that, but that's a talk for another time. You know, it's different by, like, choosing to and not wanting to, but I'm not going to get into that right now. So, that all happened, but yeah, see, this is just not a, it's not a good, it hasn't been a good year, and I'm not even halfway done through this list, so, yeah, that all happened. I have been openly belittled and abused, as well as Cody, constantly throughout this year from family, which is also a big eye-opener for us, because, it was one of those, like, just when you think things couldn't get lower, they would. And we were always just surprised how low some people would go. Let's see. People openly abused my relationship. They openly belittled my relationship with my husband. And where they would tell us constantly, because we weren't, finger quote, living on our own, even though we paid rent, utilities, and food and other things, because some people were terrible with their money, and we made not even half of what they make. But we would have people constantly tell us that, mostly me, which was also very, insulting and upsetting, was where they would tell me, they're like, well, you don't know what hard work is, so once you move out, Cody's going to realize that you're not a hard worker, and he's going to leave you, or you're going to leave him because you're a gold digger, even though I've been with Cody since, high school, when he didn't have any money, and we don't have shit tons of money now. We make decent money, so we can finally live on our own, but that only happened at the end of the year, so I'm counting that as the end of the year thing. So yeah, there's a lot of other stuff I haven't written down for the belittling shit, but that's just that, like, some of the icing and some of the least offensive things I've been told. Let's see. We were both in a constant state of fear and stress, to where we both became extremely paranoid about locking doors, checking our items. A lot of my real life friends know I have this really bad habit of constantly checking my bags, where every time we leave a place, like, we get to a place or leave a place, whether it be a restaurant, a movie theater, a friend's house, something, I have to check my bags constantly, because I am so used to my shit being stolen. Same with Cody, to where we would almost never be truly relaxed, because we would hear doors open at all hours of the night, and we wouldn't know who it was. No one would ever call back. I would wake up and there would be people in my bedroom. There would be people in the hallway. There would be people I've never met before. Same thing with Cody. We'd have this happen. I've even woken up with children around us, because some people would just bring other people's kids. They were never their kids, because I remember asking them once, I'm like, oh, I didn't know you had a kid. Like, it's not mine. And I'm like, okay, that's really fucking weird, but whatever, I don't get a say, even though I pay rent and utilities and live here. That happened. And then I got the good news. Again, I'm kind of jumping around the timeline here, but I got the good news being like, hey, with one of my art idols and now become an amazing friend, Holly, was like, hey, you want to do a con together? I could use a table buddy, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, I never did one, so very excited about that. And the con itself was wonderful. I had a great time. I had a great experience. But during the con, I was assaulted, so that, that kind of puts a little bit of salt on it. But yeah, that happened while I was at the con, and I've learned now to just never be alone if I go out in public, which, kind of fucking sucks unless it's the middle of broad daylight. So that happened to me. And then in the same month I get back from the convention, my husband and I were homeless. That's, that's great. Yeah, we were homeless with 3 days notice to try to find a place to live. So that wasn't fun. So again, a little bit of good news. My husband got a new job, and that's great. And we're extremely happy about that. I know it sounds really sarcastic, but I am, because if not for that job, we'd probably still be homeless right now. I'm being 100% real. We would probably still be homeless, even though we both have jobs. And I was looking for other work, by the way, because I've had some people be real assholes and be like, well, if you're homeless, just get a real job. And I'm like, yeah, bitch, I got 3 days notice, so sorry I couldn't find a job within 3 days. That happened on top of that. So, more good news. But again, this was all within a 2 to 3 week period, so I'm just counting it as a good thing. Was getting our apartment and having our wedding, which was wonderful and happy, and it was the best day of my life, and it was wonderful. And then I had to deal with more drama. I had to deal with more very terrible things that family members have told me. Words such as, oh, because of the world we live in now, Michelle, you need to be sterilized because we can't bring any more children into this world. That's something everyone wants to hear and reminded again after their wedding. That's always fun. I was also told to my face. By the way, I was raised by Jews, so this is kind of important for this part. I was told by some really nut job leftists, Hitler would have been a better president because which they said because Hitler got shit done. So that's always nice, knowing, that my family did come here to escape the Holocaust. So that kind of doesn't help. And especially since the people who mentioned this were family who know. So that's also, not fun. And they weren't saying it as a joke. They were 100% serious because, Trump is just a fucking monster. Whatever. I have also... I have been told constantly still that I'm a gold digger, even though Cody doesn't have money. I don't know why people keep thinking that I'm with my husband because of his money. I'm with him because I love him, and I've been with him for, at the time of recording this, 10 fucking years. I mean, we've only been married not even a full one. It's been about a month. Not even been a full month, but yeah. I've also been... belittled for my job choice, for not going to school, and then all of the drama happened within the past couple weeks, and that also really sucks because I know I've talked about being done with it, but I'm gonna be real, I'm not. And by that I don't want to drudge it up again. It's just with everything that's happened this year, it was that was just the little salt on top of the shitty 2018 cake. And I've had a lot of people trying to debate me on being like, well, you've moved out and did a con and got married in this year. It can't be a terrible year. I'm like, yeah, but see, all of that stuff happened within probably a month or so period of time. And while those were the most amazing times of my life, and they finally kicked my butt in gear and made me have an online store. By the way, I have a store. A lot of people ask, I'm not trying to do a shameless promo here. I have a store and a Redbubble. Links are always in the description with my other social medias because people keep asking me where they can find me on places. It's always in the description of my videos, so have fun with that. But yeah, fuck 2018. And I am very, very, very much looking forward to 2019 because half of my goals that I wanted to make this year, because this has been such a shitty fucking year, are definitely not happening. And yeah, this is kind of a negative note, so I'm gonna turn this and make it a little bit positive and try to, not have it be so, depressing and negative-y and, blah. And it's that, even when you have a really, really fucking shitty year like I have, some advice I was given once, which has always kind of helped me pull through, which is funny, because I've also people be like, oh, that's egotistical, but I don't think so. And it is... There's always someone better, and there's always someone worse. So there's no point in giving up now, because there's always going to be extremes on both sides. And even though it might be the most terrible year for you, it could be the most amazing year for someone else. And I do want to say some amazing things that did happen this year. My following grew exponentially. That is something I'm extremely grateful for. I did do my first con. Yes, something terrible happened in it. But I did my first con, and I'm excited to do more. My business has gotten a lot better, as well as my business practices. I have learned a lot from all the bullshit of this year to bring into next year to help try to fix my business, fix things, and have better time management. Another really good thing was, yes, I had my wedding, and because of you guys, you made that possible, and you made it be truly the stupid songs and stereotypes and blah blah don't lie, the happiest day of my life. I was stressing out the whole day, and I do apologize for not vlogging it, but I was so stressed up until Cody and I said I do. And I have also had some very wonderful comments that I like to think on over the negative ones. I know it, again, might not seem like it from this video, but some really wonderful comments I had heard were from family members who have been in long-term relationships a lot longer than Cody and I have even been together. And they would tell us such things as, I've never met a couple more in love than you two, or you guys really were destined to be together, or I'm so happy that you guys are finally free because now you can finally live your lives and be the people you always wanted to be. And I think that's something that I do want to keep to heart, and that's something I want to bring into 2019. But I have always been a very realistic person. It's kind of one issue I have with a lot of the like bubbly artist YouTubers out there, is that a lot of it is fake, and you can fight me on this. Very few people are like that 100% of the time. And I do think it is a point that a lot of people make it a point to have this like forced fake persona instead of be the you in YouTube, which is supposed to be you. And I'm not going to change who I am. I might try cursing a little less, only because I don't know, even though I'm very crass and very blunt still, I don't see the point of it getting across what I want to say, even though I of course, a lot in this video. But a couple of other things that I want to bring into the next year is every time there's a bad experience, and this is something I've tried doing for a while because I don't like being a negative person. I don't know a lot of people who like being negative people. You know, is even when something's really, really shitty and terrible, I try to flip it. And by that, I'm not like, well, someone just slashed my tires, keyed my car, put sugar in my gas tank. Oh, and my account got hacked. And, and my friends left me, and my husband cheated on me. And it is a beautiful day out. It is a beautiful day. And I'm going to try to just look at the sky on this beautiful day and not think about how my life is falling apart. So I think that's fucking bullshit. I've always thought that kind of like analogy is bullshit, but perfect example. Went to a con, had something terrible happen to me, but I didn't let it ruin my entire con experience because I got to meet so many of my amazing online friends. I got to hang out with them. I got to travel on my own, which is something I hadn't done in a long ass time. Good things as well. I have an apartment. I'm not homeless anymore. That is a great thing, you know? And because, honestly, as shitty as it is to say, because we got kicked out, and because Cody got this new job, we were able to move far the fuck away from those toxic people where we can't have them just drop into our lives like they used to before, you know? And so that's also a really good thing. Another great thing is a lot of my family members are doing really well this year. I have made more money this year than I ever have being self-employed, which is also very good. I'm very happy about that. You know, I have an amazing cat. I have 2 amazing chinchillas. I've started vlogging again, and I realized who my true friends were. And I've also made such good new friends. And that's what I want to bring in 2019. I want to burn this shitty year away. I want to burn this little list, and I want to forget it ever happened so I can learn from it. Not forget it ever happened as in like, what, 2019? No. Or 2018? No. That year just didn't exist. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, this is a shitty year, and I'm going to make sure 2019 ain't that shitty. It's not going to be perfect, because no year is perfect. But if this was your year, and it like was the best year of your life, let me know in the description below. But if you've also had a shitty year, let me know too. I actually love reading other people's experiences whenever I do videos like this. And even if I don't always comment, I do read them. And especially read the really long, detailed one. Because, oof, boy, I have been there. So, again, hopefully the audio is not shitty. Love you guys, and as always, I will see you next time. Bye.